My name is Tom from EMC for Business, organizer of R&D Electronics Conference. Hello.
Hello, my name is Paweł Siuda. I'm working as a product manager in TME, Transfer Multisort Electronic. Probably most of you know our company.
I'm Julian Caro. I'm working in Arduino Inc. I'm the team leader of the product experience team. And we are creating the new products for our future and present engineers. So
Julian, I've seen that you are a robotic expert, hardware designers, you've got a lot of experience.
Yeah, indeed. So I started my career, I studied a degree on electronics and automation because I want to become a robotics engineer, right? I want to create robots more than an engineer, you know what I mean? And at that point, it was like, okay, you can become a computer specialist or you can become a hardware specialist and build a robot. And after that, learn how to program it. So I decided that way because it was like more fun. Like I want to create the robot myself, and after that, I will see how to program it, right? So I studied electronics and automation and I discovered that it was an amazing world to be in, especially with embedded systems. And after that, I specialized myself in robotics, doing a master degree. During my whole career, I've been working between two worlds, between the world of electronics, engineering, robotics and automation, and the world about accessibility and how to explain other people that came from other environments, how to use these amazing tools to solve real world problems. And this is the reason I'm in Arduino working in the product experience team, explaining to users, not only for professionals, but also for educators and for hobbyists and makers, how to use this amazing tool, these little boards that we are creating all the time, to create, to solve everything they want to, basically.
Okay. And how long do you work in Arduino team?
Yeah, I've been working in Arduino for at least at this point 3 years, but of course my connection with Arduino and the open source and maker movement has been since the beginning. And yes, I'm a robotics engineer, but I describe myself as a maker because I think it's the most important thing. We makers love to, also in the professional environment, to create things, to solve things. But also we love to share these things, these solutions with another person, so we don't reinvent the wheel all the time, but instead we create, let's say, a bank of knowledge that everybody can use and can move forward, the state of the art and the industry, of course.
Yeah, Arduino is a whole environment, a lot of components, a lot of different adapters, but mostly when I think about Arduino, it's for hobbyists, it's for home use, but nowadays it's a little bit different. You told us, and you will prepare speech, that even for professionals, what is the change, how it looks now?
Yes, indeed. This is a really fascinating topic. People more senior than us or more experienced than us that has been working, in the industry for a long time, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. To them it's shocking that Arduino is actually being used for professionals nowadays in a lot of environments. But it is true. There are a lot of companies out there that are already using Arduino. And a lot of new generations grew up, using Arduino boards to create their little products. After that, they jump to the high school and they continue creating new things to the university where they do the master thesis about robotics, for example, myself, using this kind of boards and this kind of environments, not only the boards. And after that, they arrived, to the companies, and it was like, hey, I can do this on this PLC, which is amazing, but it will take me like 2 months to really understand how to use the IDE, how to use the licensing, the whole tool. Or I can use this Arduino thing, that in less than a week, you will have a proof of concept. And after that, we can decide how to move forward, So this generation is already there. And indeed, Arduino during the latest years, during the 5 last years, we have been working actually to create a new family of products, which is the Arduino Pro line of products. It's really easy to identify these products are Arduino boards in black. Basically they are black boards, and also industrial products like the micro PLC Arduino Opta that are capable basically of, solving solutions in real environments. They are fully certified, They have, of course, a warranty of 10 years, and we make sure that the support and the direct connection with the client, it's professional, right? That is the point. So there are a lot of companies out there that are already implementing these products and are already using these products. So yeah, we are so proud of it. We know that in the industry, you need a lot of time, to build a good base, that we are on it, and we think it's a real solution that can solve a lot of problems.
So you're telling me that nowadays we can use Arduino not only for prototyping, but use in full product, yeah? Final product.
Yes, indeed. Of course, Arduino has been always useful for prototyping. Me, as a rapid prototyping engineer, it's a really useful tool that I'm using all the time. One of our dreams, and it's already happening, is that the student guys, at the university that are starting to become engineers and bringing with them an Arduino to do whatever they need to do, to learn new things. This is already happening. And we think that for most of the engineers, at least for rapid prototyping, an Arduino board is always on their desk. So we are so proud of it. But we also think, and we also have seen, that there are a lot of different companies out there that are using Arduino for final products. I think the best example of this is the Arduino Opta, which I say is a micro PLC. And of course, it's already designed. Well, Arduino Opta was a collaboration between Arduino and Finder. This micro PLC has been used in a lot of industries. In this case, it's a small micro PLC to control a lot of automation process. This is a really good example. The Nikla family that we have, which are these really tiny board that I will show you guys during the conference, are specialized on IoT and are perfect to create final solutions to the clients. And also, of course, the Portenta family, that are songs that can be embedded in your own carrier that the company can design around it and can be final products too. Of course, it depends on the mass production, your level of the mass production, what are you looking for, but these solutions can solve already a lot of professional problems. So yeah.
A few months ago, with children from primary school, we prepared also some product based on Arduino for competition, and they get some prizes. So I know a little bit about it, and I would like to ask now, because the environment is so powerful, a lot of knowledge, but yeah, how it looks now, because you got a lot of competition. We've seen new boards, a lot of new systems. Why Arduino is so special in your opinion, or why we should look this side?
Yeah, what makes us Arduino special is, of course, that we trust in the open source hardware movement. For us, it's really important, even as a company, it's really important to try to keep our products as open as possible. And we are working all the time to do that. And to the final user and the final client, this is, in our opinion, really important, because they always have the control of the product. No matter if, Arduino decides to go one way from a business point of view, or suddenly, it won't happen, but suddenly Arduino ends, as a company, the clients that are already using Arduino boards will still have full control of the board. All the content will be there, all the documentation, all the GitHub repositories, even the tutorials, even the samples, all will be there. If the Arduino business is on or off, everything will be there. And I think for an industrial and also a professional environment, an IoT environment, this is really important. You are not dependent on us. And this is something really important also for another companies. A lot of companies are, taking some of our resources to create their own business. And this is part of the spirit of the open hardware community. What is the difference between us and other companies? In my opinion, the love we put in the products. We have a lot of people making sure that the product experience is really good from a content point of view, from a learning point of view, from a software development point of view, and of course from a hardware point of view. A lot of people, we are not going to create just, an Arduino board and just throw it at your face and say, hey, there is no documentation, now it's your problem, right? We are not going to do that. Quite the opposite. We are going to always to get the most tutorials that we can, to get the most videos that we can, to explain to you how to use it, what is our ideas about this product, and of course, every time we receive feedback in terms of support or clients that are having some challenging, we are going to always respond. So that part, the human part, having a lot of people putting effort and putting love in our products, I think is the most important thing that differentiates us, basically.
So it's not only a product, but also society, people around, and the whole environment to support it is very important, and love and your passion for it.
Indeed.
Yeah?
And the community, and this is one of the important things, the community is huge. No matter if you are buying an Arduino Inc. product or an ESP32 from Expressive, M5 Stack, whatever, the community around the open source movement and around the open hardware and Arduino is huge. So when you have a problem as a professional, as a hobbyist, or even as a student, you have a lot of people that already tried or that are working on there or that are trying to help you to solve that problem and to create a pull request just to fix that thing that these guys from Arduino didn't have time to fix yet, and they fix it. And that is so powerful. I think that we as a society, we can advance a lot with these kind of movements, So this is something to take into account when you are choosing a product, to solve your problems. Do you have a community around it or not? If you have a community, you are not alone. As an engineer, when you are struggling with that really, really hard problem that you don't know how to solve, this is huge.
Yeah. And what's is interesting, you told that it's open hardware, so we can prepare something on Arduino. Then we've got base product, base design, and we can build, change, and prepare for mass production. Am I correct?
Yes, that is one of the ideas. Of course, one of the most important things about the Arduino environment is that it's as hardware agnostic as you could. So you can use the Arduino C++ libraries or even MicroPython, which I know that for embedded system is like, oh no, performance is not going to be great, but it's interesting, it's evolving, we are putting a lot of effort also on that, but you can use the C++ Arduino libraries, to prototype and to create your own program. And if at the end of the day, you see that the performance is good enough in terms of timing on real-time applications or whatever, you can use that program in this hardware. After that, change it, and you can use the same program in another hardware because it's hardware agnostic enough to do that. Of course, if you want to improve that and you need to be real time, you can go to the actual libraries, and, be hardware dependent. But I think that flexibility is really good also in terms of mass production because nowadays that we have, a lot of problems and back and forth regarding hardware, regarding how the globalizations and the whole world is acting, regarding components. Maybe you need to change your microchip, maybe you need to change your chipset, the whole approach, but at least you don't need to change your software again. And this is huge. This is a really important thing, So yeah, and of course with the Portenta and the Pro family in general, they are designed to be capable of being integrated into the mass production. And now we also help, we also help support in case of our clients wants to go to mass production, and we can help them. Just imagine that you have a son, you are using the Portenta, and you decide that the Portenta C33 in this case is amazing, is good enough. You don't need to create your own hardware around, the microchip of the Portenta. You are going to use it, but there are a lot of, components that you don't need it. Some of the sensors or whatever, we can do that. We can talk and we can, make it probably cheaper, hopefully, and remove some of the components that you are not going to need. And they are already, they are already designed to be mounted in top of one of the carriers. So, yeah.
So you can also prepare mass production for customers in different design than standard?
Yeah, I mean, of course, our customers are the experts, in their own solutions. But of course, in the case of the Pro family, we support our clients, our professional clients, and we help them to understand what is the best way to go to mass production.
Okay.
With our products.
Yeah. And are there any projects or some examples of something unusual or something what interesting? Because I've seen a lot of different projects, but maybe you've got some examples that you're exciting hear about from your customers.
Yeah, there are some of our customers. We know that some of our the Portenta machine control, for example, has been used in some of the international telescopes, just to control the telescopes around the world. There are like 5 of them that are creating this international network, and some of them are already using Portenta machine control to control these telescopes. This is one of my favorites because it's so romantic in some ways.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, we created this product and they're using it to see the stars. It's good, it's really fun. We also discovered that people have a lot of imagination of using also industrial products, not only to solve industrial problems, but also to solve another business related problems. There are some people in the UK that are playing with heaters, for the water. Because the legislation is changing, so they are applying some of our products like the Opta to solve these problems. And of course, we have a lot of people using especially the Niklas family, to do some IoT in really new ways, because the Nano family is perfect for using wearables, for example. So there is a lot of IoT related with wearables. We have some collaborations with some brands, close brands, one year ago, if I'm not wrong, and there was a lot of, people creating projects to create wearables to detect, the typical person that fell off and this kind of stuff. So yeah, we have a lot of applications. One of the most amazing things about Arduino is that it's so difficult to know what your clients are creating with it, because there is a lot of people out there. There is a huge community, and when things work, people just, use it, and that's all. So we love to see when people say it, like, hey, by the way, I created this with an Arduino, thank you guys, because sometimes we are not even, even us, we are not conscious about the whole applications of the Arduino. There is a really famous one, which is not a pro board, but has been the Arduino Mega, which has been one of the most successful board and products, which was this guy from America, from the USA, if I remember well, who was using a Arduino Mega to replace the original GPS of the track, in the fan for so many years. And he just put it was working, and he forgot, just to put the cover to protect it for the dust and the rain and the whole thing for 10 years. And after 10 years, he just opened the track because he needed to fix something. I was like, oh, I forgot this thing. By the way, this Mega has been working for 10 years here without problems, was full of dust, but was still working. And he sent that photo to us, like, hey, by the way, guys, good job, like really good hardware. This is already working, even yet. So yeah, we are so proud of this kind of situation when people is solving real world problems in professional but also in personal ways.
Okay. Probably we've got much more examples, but I would like to ask about one thing about certification, about testing, because you also testing it. And do you remember maybe some challenges for EMI, EMC challenges in developing new boards or working with your boards?
Yes, indeed. One of the challenges to change, of course, all of our maker boards has been certified, but one of the challenges of jumping, to the professional environment some years ago was to make sure we did the whole certification, the whole professional certifications for each of the products. And of course, the electronic noise in general is one of the most critical ones. And of course, we want to make sure that our professional users can buy our solution and can integrate that without the need to certificate again, which is something critical. We all know that the certification process is a pain, right? And it's also some time dependent and money dependent. So we are always making sure that we don't have these problems with the ENC, creating the certifications ourselves and making sure that the certification, the final client, the final user can just declare it like, okay, this product has been already declared by Arduino, you can use it directly. But of course we have, some little nightmares, internal little nightmares in some of the products before the final prototype, where typical screens, fast lines in the PCB with the screens and the whole thing were a problem. Yeah.
Okay, and also radio aspects you test measure.
Yes.
Or-
Yes. Of course, we are testing it in the different countries. Of course, we are certifying our boards in different countries and for different kind of certifications. The radio is one of the most important ones and the touches ones, and it depends a lot of the country. Of course, FCC in America is one of the most important ones, and we are using it as a base. But if you can change country, you will need to do it again. And of course, that requires a lot of effort, but also resources and time. And all of the ones that we have at Pro are already certified about the radio in case you have Wi-Fi, LoRa, Bluetooth, Arduino Nano Matter, even Matter, even we have the Arduino Nano Matter that I don't know if you guys know it, but we can talk about that during the conference. And the Arduino Nano Matter is one of these new standards. We are in collaboration with the Matter certification process, and we are, of course, certifying these boards in Matter and the Open Thread, the thread communication protocols. So we are always, moving forward and pushing forward regarding certifications, and of course, learning, because the world of certification is huge. You never learn yeah.
It is very important. Of course, we need to remember that it depends what we connect to those boards. But yeah, it's very important that you've got tested components and certified. Okay, so you can hear I can hear passion in your voice. So it will be very interesting meeting, very interesting topic to speak, to discuss and exchange our experience. And thank you, Julian, for introducing this environment. Paweł, what you will tell us about TME and your connection with Arduino?
About TME. Probably TME is well known for the most of attendees of the conference, which I hope to meet personally within next few days. We are an electronic global component supplier, and we are very proud of our cooperation with Arduino, which lasts more than 10 years for this moment. So I can very well remember times when Arduino was strictly connected with tools for makers and hobbyists. Nowadays, we are proud to accompany this Arduino with the development of solutions for professionals. And as a distributor of Arduino, we are happy to offer our clients the whole portfolio of Arduino products, including those potential lines or opta lines, which are being designed and focus on industrial customer needs. So I would be happy to show some of the products on our stand during the conference, and we'll be happy to answer any possible questions from attendees' sides.
Have you been before in Poland?
I've been in Krakow one time, long time ago. It was a real pleasure to be there. Really good food, really good, memories of our soups, guys. You have amazing soups. I really hope to taste some of them. I've been just in Poland one time, and it will be a pleasure to come back again.
It was nice to meet you. Thank you for recording. We will see in Wrocław in few days. So thank you very much and see you soon.
Thank
See
you
you
so much.
soon.
See you around. Bye bye.